Hello, welcome back. For today's video, I have some new makeup to try out. So I've got a selection of all sorts here. I've got some Pixi Beauty, some Delilah, some Trinny cosmetics that I've not tried before, as in I haven't tried the brand before. I've got a bit of Sheglam, I've got some indie brands. Yeah, a right selection, so let's get stuck in. So we'll start off with primer, and I have this one here from Sheglam. So this is the Pore No More primer. Very much needed. I have a real struggle with enlarged pores. Well, it's not a struggle, it's just my skin. Do you know what I mean? I'm not stressing over it or anything. But they're there, you know, everyone has pores, but as you get older, you know, lack of collagen and whatnot, they do look bigger. So you can see around here, you know, they're quite enlarged. It's kind of this area in particular. A little bit on my nose, it's not too bad to be honest. Yeah, it's mainly here. So I'm going to concentrate it more there. I've already done all my skincare that I would normally do, kind of like makeup prep wise. So this is the product itself. You get 30 grams in there. Pretty reasonable amount. And then we have a little squeezy tube. So I'm going to... take about that much. It reminds me of, you know, the Benefit Professional, sort of looks wise anyway. I'm just going to pop it on the back of my hand, and then, as I say, I'm going to concentrate it more on the areas that need it most. I'm not going to go all over my face with it. I never do with primer. Pop a bit on my nose as well. So yeah, we'll rub it on this side. I've kind of plonked it on. I always do that. It's kind of like autopilot, and then I can't obviously compare the two sides. You can already see the difference that's making to that side though. So as I say, rub it in, and then I'm just going to push it in as well. Oh wow, yeah. I mean, I say oh wow, it's to be expected really. It's, oops, I've got a bit on my nail I think. It's a mattifying product, so with the lights, you know, it's going to absorb the light, which is the idea of it, to be quite honest with you. But no, you can definitely see the difference. It definitely looks mattifying. Interesting to see if it's like that, you know, when my foundation's over the top, which is obviously the main reason for applying these. But as far as a primer in itself goes, I think that's really quite lovely. I will say the Benefit Professional, I'm not the biggest fan of, because I find it, for me, to be quite drying. Whereas this, actually, I did compare it to that. However, I would say on application, this one doesn't feel as though it's going to be as drying. It feels like it's got a little bit of hydration to it as well. Look at my nose. Yeah, definitely does the job, doesn't it? And I'll tell you what, it's a hell of a lot cheaper than Professional as well. Yeah, that's really nice. So moving on to eyes now, and I have this palette here. So this is from a cbeauty brand called, I think it's called Cheeryep. They're all numbers, and I can't remember what number this one is, so I will link it in the description box. But these palettes are beautiful. I think I've got about 5 of these now, and I've always found like the formula to be really lovely, like really nice and smooth. Just really good quality in general, to be honest. So this is what the outer packaging looks like. Very pretty. And then we open it up. But this is what the palette itself looks like. Now, I think this is really nice. Loving this little pop of green in the corner here. But a really nice, like, it's got some neutrals in there and pinky purpley shades as well, which I think is gorgeous. Look at this one here. How pretty is that? Really nice ratio of mattes to shimmers as well. So I'll swatch a few of these. I'll go for this really nice shimmer here. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. I'll also go for, what other shimmer should I go for? This white one. Should we go for that? That's really nice as well, like a pearly silvery white. We'll go for this one because I love them kind of tones. I love this kind of tone as well. And lastly, let's go for the green. So that's what those are like. Give them a little swatch here. See, you can see they're so pigmented. Look at that matte that I did. And even that green, and greens can be a bit temperamental. So yeah, look, I think they're really nice, you know. Yeah, really love this brand, you know, especially for the eyeshadows. I don't even know if they do other products. I assume they do, but I've not tried any of them. But the eyeshadows, yeah, I get on really well with. So I think I'm going to start off, you know, by taking this shade here, which is a really nice, like what I call a brownie mauve. It is like a mauve, is in a purple shade, but it's got a slight browniness to it as well. As I say, I love shades like this. So this one I'm going to work into the crease just here. Oh, that's really nice. It's like a typical cool toned, beautiful mauvey shade. Oh, I've got such an itchy nose. See, look at the pigment on that, and it goes on so easily as well. I'm then going to take a bit of this one here, this almost lilac-y colour. It's like a lilac-y pink, and use that just to blend out the edge of that mauve shade. I'm hoping this is going to be light enough, so I don't want it to be too pigmented, but I want it to just soften the edge of where I've put this mauve. Oh, that's worked so well. Look at that, how much softer that looks compared to that one. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. So it's not like, you know, really pink just below the brow. It's just, yeah, softened it. Got this little dry patch just here. It's because I waxed my eyebrows the other day and, and the wax was too hot and I burnt them. So yeah, that's why I've not like done anything with my eyes for a while, or kind of like makeup in general around there, because yeah, I was waiting for it to heal. But yeah, it's my own fault. I should know what I'm doing, really. I used to do it for a job. Never burnt anyone else's, I'll have you know. But yeah, I think I was a bit too eager. Anyway, so we are now going to go in with a should I go slightly deeper? I feel like I want to stick with the pinks today, you know. I'm feeling a bit pink. So yeah, I'm going to go for this deeper pink just here. And I'm going to apply that to the outer part of my lid here. I might go in with a hint of brown as well. So just on the outer part here. That's a really nice pink, actually. It's like it's not really that deep. It's like a mid pink. So yeah, I might take a little bit of the brown. Isn't that a pretty colour though? Look at that. It's really nice. Can you see as well how well they blend into each other? Honestly, they're such good quality eyeshadows. I tell you what, like CBeauty is amazing. Like a lot of their products, really, really good. There's some great brands when it comes to CBeauty, and you know, the eyeshadows in particular are always so nice. There's another one called Girl Cult, which is beautiful as well. I tend to get mine from a website. There's a website called CBeauty Mall, and also, you know, YESSTYLE. They do a lot of them as well. Yeah, certainly not anything to be sniffed at. They're really not. Okay, I really like that. I'm just going to deepen up the outer corner very slightly using this brown just here. So this one's the darker one, or we've got this like more mid one. Well, it's still dark to be honest, but it's not quite. That one is almost like Virgin on Black. Just a tiny amount on this weenie brush. And I'm just going to apply it right to this very outer part here. And just blend it in. Fantastic. Very lastly, I am going to dip into this pink. So I'm going to go in with that one right on the front here where I've left that gap. See what we get with the brush. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's really quite lovely. It's a really nice pink, actually. I feel like it's a little bit duochrome-y, actually. You get a bit of a purpleness coming from it as well, which is nice. What a beautiful shade though. Lovely. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave that there for now. I might come back and do the underneath a bit, but so far I'm really happy with how that's turned out. Very nice. Right, so we will move on to the base now. For foundation, we're going on with this one here. This is from Wonderskin. It's their new foundation. So it's the Hyper Bond Serum Foundation. It says ultra lightweight buildable coverage foundation that gives your skin a healthy glow and stays with you all day. Infused with niacinamide, vitamin E and hyaluronic acid. I've got the shade Moonstone, so it looks like this. So it comes in a glass bottle. How many? 30 ml, pretty decent amount. Give it a good shake. And then we've got a pump on here as well. So I'm going to take, we'll start off with 2 and see how we get on. Right, so we'll start off with this side first. So a little before, and then, oh, smells really nice, like really nice. Not too overpowering, you know. If you're not a fan of scented products, it's not like it's really overpowering or anything. It's just a really pleasant smell. Right, and then we'll tap it in. Oh, that is lovely. So there is, I'm going to pop a little bit more on to see if it's buildable, but there is the one layer. It gives a really nice finish. It is glowy, but it's not like, you know, greasy looking glowy. Very pretty. I like that a lot, you know. Right, let's just go more around here with a little bit more product and see if we can build it up. Oh yeah, it's definitely buildable. That is stunning, really nice. I love the finish. I love that it's not cakey. It looks very natural on the skin as well. Kind of evens things out, you know, sort of before. You can see I've got like little red patches. I've got some hyperpigmentation. Yeah, it's kind of a little bit blotchy, my natural skin. Whereas on this side, you can see how much more even it looks. I'll give you a front on so you can see them side by side. I think that's really nice, you know, really pretty. Let's go on the rest of my face. Okay, so this is how it looks all over. How beautiful is that? I can't get over that. It really does look like my skin still. It doesn't look like I'm caked in makeup, but look at the glow. But it doesn't look greasy. That's what I mean. It's a really nice finish, like really nice. I love it. It doesn't cling anywhere. You know, even around my nose, there's no clinging. It is just really pretty. It's a really pretty foundation. Yeah, I like that a lot. I think that's really nice. Yeah, big fan of that. I've just realised I haven't done my mascara. I was too excited to do the foundation. We'll do that now. So for mascara, I have this one here. This is from What's Up Beauty, which is an indie brand that I absolutely love. And it's their Watch Me mascara, which I've been using for months and months since they first released it. However, this is a burgundy one. So they've just brought out some new shades. They've got burgundy, brown, and then the original black as well. I've tried all of them and they are all amazing. So same packaging as the original black one, but look at this colour as well. I mean, there's a lot of burgundy mascaras about, but this one, look at that. It is like a proper, like true burgundy. Very, well, it literally blends into my top. I love this. So I've just curled my lashes as I always do, and we'll pop. The idea of this, look at the wand. Can you see? It's got like a bushy wand on one side and then like a comb on the other. This is really good, you know, because I take the bushy side and just work that in from the root, like wiggle wiggle. And then once I've got all that on, I just flip it round to the comb side and just use this while it's still wet, like over the top, just to give it that bit more of a lift. And it helps to, because it's that comb, it just helps to separate them a bit as well. And I do love a burgundy mascara. It makes, if you've got blue eyes, it makes them pop. But yeah, it's nice on brown eyes as well. But it's not like when you look at it on the wand, you think, oh, is that wearable? It is totally wearable. I quite often do wear Burgundy mascara, and no one ever says, you know, oh, you got Burgundy mascara on. You know, it's not like you put it on and then it's obvious. It kind of almost gives a little bit of, it complements the eyes, if you know what I mean. It's like, you know, certain colours complement certain eye colours, like bring them out a lot more. And Burgundy is one of those ones. If you've got blue, as I say, or brown eyes, it really does make them pop. It's like, who was it? Maybelline did a whole selection of different coloured mascaras, especially for that. It's like they've got a green one. So obviously the green really complements brown eyes as well. But yeah, look, that's one coat, and the lift that you get from it, and like the volume as well, is just beautiful. Like I haven't done this one yet. It is stunning, really nice. Right, so I'll go on with another coat. So there is 2 coats on both eyes now. It is just beautiful, isn't it? Look at the length that it gives. I love it. I really love it. But yeah, not tried the burgundy one. This is the first time, but as I say, I've tried the black and the brown already, and they're all beautiful, like all 3 of them. So I just went ahead and popped a little bit of concealer on my under eyes, and I'm just going to dip back into the palette again. And I think I'm going to take a little bit of this mauve, which was this shade here, and just run the tiniest amount on my lower lash line. So just on this brush here, just on the outer corner, and then we'll just blend that in slightly with a clean brush. So I'll just clean this one off. Fabulous. And then, because some people get a bit upset when I don't put mascara on my bottom lashes, I just, yeah, I don't know, I find it ages me, but I'll pop a little bit on. There we go. Right, so for bronzer, I have this really cute little palette here. My eye's watering. Yeah, no, it's going to break up there. I'll sort that out later. But yeah, it's this one here from Pixi Beauty. So this is the Pixi Hello Kitty Anywhere palette. So it's basically a full face palette. I think this one's new. They have had the Hello Kitty range for a while, but I think they've added this to it recently. So that's what the packaging looks like. It's adorable. If you know me, I love Hello Kitty or Sanrio in general. And this is what the packaging, the palette is like. So we've got this kind of highlighter, like pinky highlighter here. We have a peachy blush / highlighter. This one here looks like a really nice bronzer. And then this one looks like a lovely kind of blush colour. Another 2 like sparkly or shimmery bronzers here. So yeah, it looks really nice actually. I am going to go in with, I think I'm going to go for this one here. So Subtly Sun Touched, which yeah, kind of looks like that. So it's like a nice bronzer, but it's a bit more matte. Well, it is matte, I think. Yeah, it is matte. I'm not the biggest fan of like shimmery bronzers. Well, not on me anyway. They can look lovely on others, but for me, I just find them a bit much. So I'm going to start on this side, just the same as I always do, just pat it in. Yeah, that's nice. That's really nice actually. It's like the perfect, like it says, subtly sun touch, like you've just had that little bit of sun on your face. Really nice. Yeah, and it's not too orange either, which is lovely. Oh, that is lovely. I'm just going to take a little bit on my, oh, look how creasy my forehead is. Just punch those out a bit. Oh, it's a bit better. Hey ho. I really like this, you know. I think that is a beautiful bronzer shade. Oh, just look at that. It's really nice. I love it, honestly. It is the perfect shade. Not too much. Just a nice subtle hint of bronze. Nice and matte. Yeah, love it. Beautiful. And yeah, as I said, you know, we've got some more beautiful shades in there as well. If you like, these are a bit deeper, although this one's not too deep. It actually looks darker on camera than it actually is. But if you like a more sparkly or shimmery bronzer, we've got these. This Rose Dew is a gorgeous blush. I did try that in a short. gorgeous highlighter, and this like highlighter for deeper skin tones, or a really nice like peachy blush lighter as well on lighter skin. For blush, I have this one here. So this is from Trinny London, and it's the lip to cheek, lip and cheek. It just says lip and cheek. So yeah, obviously you can use it on your lips or your cheeks. Clues in the name. But yeah, it says blend this multitasker onto the apples of your cheeks and lips for an instant pop of colour. Yeah, pretty obvious really. But these are stackable as well, so you can buy like multiple colours of them. And then they've got this like little God, that was a bit Norfolk, wasn't it? Like little indentation on there. So if I take the lid and then, you know, you can, yeah, stack them, you know, if you've got multiple. But this one is in the shade VB. So it's like that. So it's like a peachy pink, I would say, like a coral, a pinky coral. It's quite a dense formula, so I think I'm going to use a fairly dense brush as well, and this one's a bit smaller so it's easier to get into the pot as well. I'm not going to put this on my lips, I've got another product for my lips, but we'll pop it on the cheeks. Plenty of products on there, and then we will just go on. I love cream blush. I have to say I'm much preferring cream like blush and normally highlighters as well actually over powders as I've started to get a bit older. I just find that, oh look at that, I just find that they sit better on like my textured skin. Oh, that's lovely, look at that, I love that colour, that's really nice, like it blends beautifully. I'm glad I went for a denser brush though. I think because it's quite a tightly, it is a cream but it's a very tightly packed cream, if that makes sense. So it's quite a firm cream is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I think you do need a slightly denser brush with it. It works really well with this brush actually. Oh, I love that. I think that's really nice, like really nice. I tell you what, this kind of colour in the summer when you've got a little bit of colour on your skin would be beautiful. Like on its own, I mean, you know, if you're having like a no makeup day, you know, it's hot, you don't really want to wear a lot of makeup, and the fact that you can put it on your cheeks and your lips, you know, it's kind of like one of those one and done products. I love that. I think that is beautiful. I would go as far as to say one of the nicest cream blushes I've tried in a while actually. It's kind of, it's matte, like it dries down quite matte, but it still has that healthy glow to it. It's really weird. I can't explain it. It's like quite often you can say, oh, it's really nice and glowy, or it's really nice and matte. This one's a bit, a kind of satin, I suppose. It's a bit in between. It's beautiful though, really nice. For highlighter, I have this one from Delilah. I love Delilah products. I mentioned in my I think it was my last first impressions video in December, that I have really grown, I've got hair somewhere, grown to love Delilah makeup like over the last year. They're an indie brand and they deserve so much more recognition than they get. They really do, because the products are outstanding. They are amazing quality. Their bronzer that I use every day, it is literally the best bronzer I have ever used, honestly. I know that's a big statement, but it is stunning. It's like, it's just effortless, you just pat it on, don't even need to like blend it into the skin or anything. It does everything for you. Love it. How cute is this? It comes in a little pouch, and this one is the Pure Light, oh that hair, it's really itching, Pure Light Compact Illuminating Powder. And this one is in the shade Aura. I think I have a deeper one as well. So the same packaging as the bronzer that I like. But look, can you see it's like one of those, it's got all different colours in it. Really pretty. I'm just going to swirl through the whole lot. And then we'll try this here. Ooh, yeah. Really nice. I do find one of the things I actually really like about Delilah is their products are very natural looking. Nothing's too in your face or anything like that. You know, they're buildable, but yeah, a lot of them are really natural looking. So great for like everyday makeup. Look at that though. How beautiful. It gives a beautiful natural, like gleamy shimmer of highlight exactly where you want it. I believe you can use this like all over your face if you want to. But I'm just going to concentrate on my normal highlight areas. You see it better on that side. Look, it's quite goldy. Yeah, like not quite champagne. I'd say slightly deeper than a champagne, but beautiful, really nice. Look at that. Wow. No cast. And you get that bam. Yeah, love it. Really nice. And again, it feels like a really nice quality product as well. I'm going to set that all down using this setting spray here. This is another one from the Pixi Hello Kitty range. I don't think this is new. The Makeup Fixing Mist. Oh, not, oh, it smells like gin. Yeah, a little bit alcohol-y in scent. They all have alcohol in though, it's just not covered by anything else. But the main ingredients are rose water and green tea. Yeah, it's not the finest mist, is where I was going with that. I got distracted then. But, woof, not at all. That is a strong mist. I'm going to hold it quite far back. Yeah, that is the only thing I will say with that is... they could do with the mist being looked at. That is a little bit almost too strong. It's a nice finish though. It does give a nice finish to the skin. Yeah, as a product in itself, it's lovely. I just wish that the mist was a bit, well, a lot finer. Adorable packaging though. Right, so very lastly, we have lips. And for that, I have this one here. So this is the new Glass Lock Air Gloss from Sheglam. It says 12-hour long-lasting lip gloss. I can never get a lip gloss to last longer than like a couple of hours. Got this packaging here, which is really lovely. They've got a few products like this. I've got the shade French Toast, which is a nice kind of brownie nude. Look at that doe foot. That is adorable. It's like a little kitten foot. Look at that. I love that. I think that's really cute. Or like a little hoof. I'm just going to line my lips, I think, with a similar shade. I think I'm just going to go on with this one. This is a Bourjois one called Nude Wave. Kind of goes with most nude colours, to be honest. Fabulous. Does anyone else still use Bourjois? I don't use much of their other makeup, but their liners, I love them. Right, so doesn't really smell of anything. But do you know what? This is actually a really good little doe foot to use though. It's nice and glossy, isn't it? Feels nice as well. Oh, that's a really nice shade. It's like, as I say, it's like a really nice nude, but a brownie nude. Oh, I love it. Yeah, and it's not sticky at all. Kind of weird. It feels like a lip oil. You know, there's no stickiness whatsoever, but it's definitely a gloss. You know, it feels like a gloss when you're putting it on. It applies like a gloss, looks like a gloss, but yeah, it feels like a lip oil. Like that a lot. So here is the finished look, and over, well, yeah, there's nothing I disliked. I love all of it. The only thing I was a little bit like, I didn't dislike it. I love the finish, was the setting spray, but it's only because of the actual mister. It's like proper like woof in your face. Yeah, if that was finer, then it would be perfect because the finish of it is lovely, really nice. It's not a dislike, it's just, it could be improved. But yeah, literally everything else, really nice. Love the foundation, the eyeshadow palette, really love the eye look. The bronzer is stunning, really nice bronzer. All of the base, and the blush, I love the blush. The highlighter, beautiful. The lip gloss, stunning. Yeah, nothing at all. Oh, the mascara, beautiful. Absolutely love that. But yeah, overall, really nice products. So as always, I will leave all the links to the items in the description box below for you, along with any discount codes as well. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up, and I'd really appreciate it. It means the absolute world to me. If you did enjoy watching this video and you would like to see more content from me in the future, and you would like to subscribe to my channel. Until then, thanks for watching. Bye.